Okay, got all the brakes apart. These are the two wheel cylinders. This one had a broken off brake line and a broken off bleeder valve. And so it also had just a bolt stuffed in the T up above the back axle, which I think ruined that. And it's about a $30 part from Moss. And this is the clutch slave cylinder. It had blown chow right out the end, and it seems like it's all seized up in there, so I'm going to get a new one of those guys. I have new master cylinder for the clutch and brake. They're the same. I have one coming and one's been back ordered for, well, about 5 weeks now, and it still says it'll be in 2 weeks, which is the same as when I ordered it. So I may try to just take the better one here and fix that up so I can get this thing on the road. This is the bracket that the master cylinder and clutch cylinder go in. It's a little bit of a bear to get out without taking the windshield washer or windshield wiper motor out. And then the pedals, I had to take those out. They were just bound completely. Couldn't even move them. This area was up here was just totally filled with dropped off rust and paint chips and everything. So I got all that cleaned out, and the pedal is pretty well freed up. I didn't take it apart. I just soaked it with WD-40 and exercised it quite a bit. This is the clutch push rod. These guys in the bag hold the linkage to the pedal, and the spring looked a little different on the clutch side versus the brake side. I'm not sure if that spring is just bent up or they're really different, so I kept them separate just in case. And this reservoir had about 1/4 inch or more sludge in the bottom, and I was able to use some brake cleaner, flush it through the lines and through the can, and I cleansed it out with some new brake fluid just to make sure I got all the cleaner out. I think I'm going to be able to keep that guy. It was tough to get this out. I couldn't get these off in the car, and there's a line that gets in the way that I had to navigate this bracket and the two cylinders together out of the car. Right. So the calipers, the boot is torn pretty bad here, but I was able to move the pistons, which is really good, and some fluid squirted out, and it doesn't look like it's been leaking around the piston. So I'm going to try to put it back together, see if I can get it to work, even though it's not going to be great. And then I'm going to order a rebuild kit, take the pistons out, put new seals on and new dust protectors there. Pads looked okay, and the bleeder valve actually came loose, which is somewhat rare for a lot of cars. Sit. Good girl. Down. Good girl. Can you roll over? Good girl. Stand up. Good girl. Good girl.